Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Morning.
It's a close enough afternoon.
It is.
Close enough afternoon.
Yeah, and this is gonna go live when they're not. This is not going live. It's going.
No, we're totally messed up anyway.
Yeah.
So this is the Muscle of Yarn podcast.
It is. It is Thursday, December 14th.
Yes, and December is marching itself right along.
And we finally have snow, so it feels a little more Christmassy.
Yes, we have a lot of snow at my house.
We do. We probably got 6+ inches at my house.
I would say, yeah, 8-ish.
Yeah.
And it's cold. It was cold this morning.
It is cold, but it's really lovely out.
It's
It was
great.
beautiful. I was out doing chores this morning, and there wasn't a breath of wind.
Nope.
And it was, I think when I got up, it was like 13 degrees. So it's chilly, but when there's not any wind, it's actually really
fine.
enjoyable.
Yeah,
and
it's
the sun is really bright today.
fantastic. Yeah.
So it's really nice. And I was enjoying it this morning while the dogs were playing. And one of my dogs gets really cold feet, though.
Oh,
So
yeah.
she was running around for a while. Then she's like, I think my feet are cold.
So this is actually a knitting, yarn, crocheting, fiber podcast from Shelburne, Vermont, at our yarn store, Muscle of Yarn. And you can find the store out on all social media platforms as Muscle of Yarn. So Instagram, Ravelry,
Facebook, Twitter,
Periscope. But we're most active on Facebook and
Instagram.
for the store.
And then we've got the groups.
And the Ravelry group.
And I still have to open this Salshi pullover thread.
Yeah.
I forgot.
I suppose I could do it too. I just haven't.
Yeah. I should have time today.
Things have been a little wild at my house. And I'm Angela.
And I'm Kelly.
And you can find me on social media, Instagram and Ravelry as Junior Bird Kid.
And you can find me on Ravelry as Kelly Spins. And you can find me on Instagram as Kelly O Spins.
And feel free to follow us on both of those social media platforms. It's super fun to see everybody's projects and to fall down the rabbit holes. And it's been lots of producers on Instagram have been doing like advent calendar giveaways. And so literally every day I think I'm tagged like 5 or 6 times for different giveaways, which is really freaking awesome.
I know.
So like keep it up. I haven't won any, but keep it up. Because I am introduced that way to new dyers and new makers, and it's my pocketbook hates all of you, but I should have better self-control, maybe, is the moral there, but I don't when it comes to fiber and fiber-related things.
I know.
All I see is, ooh, pretty, I want that. So anyway, so thank you. Thank you for enabling me.
I know.
Since we try to enable all of you. So we usually start our podcast with some picks of the week. And the way that works is Kelly and I each pick something in the store, sometimes yarn, sometimes other types of products. And we offer 10% off of that product for 2 weeks following the airing of the podcast in the online store. So there's a spot when you check out for a coupon or discount code.
Yep.
And if you put that in, you get 10% off. So are you at a spot where you can give your pick, or do you want me to
I
keep
sure
going?
can. No,
Okay, cool.
I just got cast on. So my pick of the week is not yarn this week. It is these adorable project bags.
Those are so cute.
So we actually got these through NNK Press. They do, so it's Alana Dakos, her company, Never Not Knitting, and she has a company, and they do...
I'm just laughing because this is the kind of stuff, I'm totally going to derail this conversation. This is the kind of stuff I see out on Instagram, and I forward to Kelly and be like, we should get this in the store.
But they have, so these are actually handmade bags, and I believe they're made out in Washington State.
Oh, cool. They're super cute.
They're really, really cute. We've got more information on the website, and I did link to these on show notes. So if you're wanting to know where to find these, they retail for $20. And there's a squirrel bag. that guy, which is really cute. I love his pink cheeks.
I do too. That's so adorable.
And then there's a fox bag.
That one.
And the cool thing too is they each come with a little zipper pull. One is a little squirrel, and then one is a little fox. So those are really, really cute.
Nice.
So you can get these for 10% off for 2 weeks after today.
Awesome.
Well, starting today. Well, when you guys see this.
Yeah, which will be Friday the 15th.
Right.
So for 2 weeks.
Yep, so 2 weeks from that, you can get these little guys. So we've got quite a few of each in stock. So if you're interested, check those out ASAP because I think they're going to go fast. They're great little gifts for,
It's a pretty good
for
price,
people.
too.
Yeah, it is a nice. So they're a nice little size too, and they do have the pleated bottom, so they're like a little wedge bag. And they just have a plain interior, just a plain white. But yeah, so they have the pleated bottom.
Super nice.
So it would be a good sock project bag, or you know, a notions bag if you want to keep needles and notions and things in there.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
I know, I love them both.
So we'll go ahead and we'll do the discount code now because I realize like when we do it at the end, like it's forever and ever and ever and ever because we generally get off talking on tangents. So like last week I put the code up before we announced it because I was like, oh, this is just ridiculous. So
That's really funny.
So and the code this week is
Weekly Pick Foxy.
yes with a Y.
With a Y. Foxy.
I'm gonna do it with a Y. So yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So little woodland project bags. They're super cute.
So my pick of the week this week is, see if I can forget that I put my double pointer behind my ear. I'm going with a staple that we have here at the store. It's our
great yarn.
Berroco Vintage yarn. It's a worsted weight yarn. It's an acrylic wool blend, nylon blend. So it's 52% acrylic, 40% wool, 8% nylon. It's a great workhorse yarn. I think we retail for $8.50 a skein. It's got really good yardage. It's 218 yards per skein. It's fabulous for hats. It's great for, actually you could knit this. This is the Jared Flood Turn a Square hat. You could knit one of these out of a couple of skeins or even one skein. I've made one that doesn't have stripes. It's just a really good fitting hat.
That's a cute hat.
Because I'm getting hot. So great for hats, great for mittens, great for kids stuff, great for you know, anything. And part of the reason why I'm picking vintage is Berroco just released a new sweater pattern knit out of the vintage. And so this is it. It's called Fountain.
And it's a free pattern.
It is free.
They send out a newsletter every month, and within that newsletter is a free pattern.
Yep.
And the one Ange and I we get notification ahead of time being store owners.
Yep.
But so we saw it and we're like, oh, that's really super cute.
Yeah, it's a great, it's a pullover, but it's got this really cool lace detail on the side that just gives it a little bit more interest. It's knit on US 8, so it's going to be a pretty quick project. Maybe not as quick as the slouchy, but definitely not, you know, a slog fest like say a fingering weight sweater or something on a smaller gauge. And it takes anywhere from 4 to 7 hanks of yarn, depending on what size you're making. So, you know, 7 hanks at $8.50. I mean, it's, you know, a $60 project. With 10% off, you know, you could make a pretty affordable, nice pullover sweater. And we have a ton of colors. I just picked a few to show. So we've got this great pink and a nice sort of, I don't even know, mallardy.
Sky blue. It's almost today's sky blue.
Yeah. Nice grays. We've got 2 or 3 different shades of gray.
This is actually called gingham in their world. This is blush. This is smoke, I think.
Yeah. This is...
that's duck egg?
Duck egg,
I think.
Maybe. It looks kind of like a duck egg. Here's, you know, another nice kind of gray. And we've got some really cool browns.
Mocha. That one's mocha.
Nice brown.
They don't put the color name on the label, but they actually do have color names.
This is
That's
a nice
indigo.
Navy blue, which would make a lovely sweater. And I brought over like a forest green. We have a ton of other colors.
We do.
so many that
because it's a great yarn.
Yeah, it's perfect for lots of different things. So the vintage, the worsted weight vintage, we also carry DK vintage, but that one's
And the
not,
chunky.
and the chunky, but those two are not part of the pick of the week this week. So, and I've linked it in show notes directly to the page. So
Sweet.
so there you go.
Nice.
That's my pick.
I like it.
And maybe I'll make that sweater, but probably not.
I know.
I'm still gonna do a color work one. I gotta finish a few things first.
Yeah.
So what are you wearing today?
So I am wearing my featherweight. So
Nice.
I used the gray is actually Fiber Stash, which we have
Trunk
her
show.
trunk show coming up this weekend. We're going to talk about
Saturday.
a little bit more. This is her Great Scott colorway, and I love this. I've
Yes.
used this in almost every project of her where I've used her
It's
yarn.
such a great neutral.
Yeah, but you can see there's some variation, some light and dark
Mhm.
tones to it. But it's really, really lovely. I love it. And then the stripes, the two colors that I use in that are wool and vine yarns. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I wear this a lot. This gets tons of, I really should make another one because I wear it so much.
I want to make another. The one I made was lace weight, and I want to
Mhm.
make a fingering weight one just to have a little bit heavier,
Yeah.
because I think I would get a lot of wear out of it as well.
Yeah, I do. I wear this all the time.
It's not like
such a
I
great way.
don't have sweaters quantities of fingering weight yarn in my house.
What?
Absurd amount of yarn in my house.
Yeah.
So what am I wearing today? Well, I was wearing my Turn a Square hat, and I did link a Turn a Square hat that I have made. It's not this exact one. I did not do a project page for this one. I knitted a few years ago.
Well, and sometimes when you've done it before, you're just like,
Yeah.
I've got one in there. I don't need
So
that
I
one.
linked to another one that has the same. It has the same stripe yarn, but the base yarn is different. The base yarn was a gray in the other one, and this one was a purple. This was knit out of some leftovers. But again, the vintage would be awesome to
Mhm.
use, or to use the vintage for the base color, and then use like a Nora or some sort of striping yarn for the stripes.
Yeah.
You can get super creative if you have a bunch of leftovers.
Yeah. Do
You
like a
could
scrappy hat.
probably, if you had leftovers from the 21 color hat from the wool stock,
Mhm.
make one of these and just use the leftovers for the stripies. So,
Yeah.
it's a great, pretty quick pattern. I think the pattern calls for a tubular cast on
Mhm.
and rib. I did not do that.
Mhm.
So you can just do a basic ribbed edging if you want it to be even faster. Not that a tubular takes that much more time, but I couldn't be bothered. Which is generally the theme of why I bypass certain things at patterns. So,
Well,
whatever.
for the most part, I mean, there really aren't. There are sometimes reasons why they ask for certain things in a pattern,
Yeah.
but usually there aren't like hard and fast rules of
No.
why you have to use that.
No.
Sometimes it's just they want a more elasticity or a certain
Yeah.
look or.
And if I want to, I usually don't just wing those kinds of decisions. I'll go look through the projects for that particular pattern, and if I
Mhm.
see a bunch of people that have been like, oh, we just did a plain cast on, it's totally fine, then
Yeah.
I'll go with it. So I usually check first before I kind of go out rogue. Before I go pattern rogue.
Uh-huh.
Occasionally I go pattern rogue and, well, don't check, and then sometimes there's problems. But anyway, so there's that, and I'm also wearing my Road to Rhinebeck shawl because it's cold outside, and
That's so
it's a
cozy.
perfect
Mm.
DK squishy shawl. I love it so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I know last week I was like, yeah, I'm going to finish the Jody because it's going to be cold again. Har, har, har. It's not even come out of the bag. So
Yeah.
maybe someday when Christmas is over. And because I always love to show you my feet, I am wearing handed socks today.
Very nice.
I can't show you the pattern. They're cable-y socks. The pattern's called Sandbar, and it is linked in show notes. So if you'd like to go take a look at that pattern.
Cool.
And I wore those socks because it matched my shirt. as being matchy-matchy.
Look, our shirts are almost the same color today.
Almost the
That's
same
really
color.
fun.
Look, my socks match your shirt. So, in terms of like finished objects, I have nothing.
So I have 2 rows and then the bind off on a project, but I can't show you the project because it's for somebody who may watch the podcast. So I'm not going to show it right now until after I give it to them.
And then we'll maybe insert a picture.
Right. Then we can insert a picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
And occasionally we do have those projects that we're kind of working on behind the scenes that we can't show for this reason or another reason. Or
Yeah. And sometimes it's because we can't show them until the company actually releases a pattern. So we might be knitting either for a shop sample or, well, usually whenever I knit something, it's for me and the shop too. So
yeah, double duty. And by me and the shop, or for my kids in the shop, I mean it comes to the shop and never leaves.
yeah.
Just trying to see what happens.
I know. My Sigla's back there on one of the models, and my
looks
slouchy
very good,
sweater's
too.
over there, and
Yeah.
they've been selling yarn, so you know.
Okay, perfect. That's the problem, right?
I know.
knit shop samples and they come in and I can see that they're selling yarn, so I'm just loath to take them away.
Yeah. The nice thing is, though, since I'm here all the time,
You
if
can
I
wear
decide that I want to wear it, then I'll just wear like a long sleeve t-shirt and then come in and pull a
Put it
sweater
on.
over it,
Yeah.
you know, and then toss
That's-
a shawl or something over the
Yeah.
empty mannequin. So,
Exactly.
so it works out fine as long as I remember to take it off at the end of the day.
Right. You take it home and it never comes back again.
Right.
So I have, I did get a little bit of work done on the little boxy. I can't remember where this was before. I think that I had just maybe divided for,
I think you're right around, yeah.
so we now
Look at that.
have a collar, we have shoulders, and we have most of
It's so
one
cute.
sleeve. So it doesn't, there's not a whole lot of sleeve knitting on this
Yeah,
because it's a
so
drop,
much of it is.
it's a drop shoulder. So I think the sleeve starts maybe right around the elbow,
Mhm.
and it's for a little person, so it's not like they have super long arms.
Mhm. The cool thing is, I mean, she's going to be able to wear this
For a really long time.
for a long time
Yeah.
because it's roomy and it's meant to be roomy, but you know, you don't, even if the sleeves get a little bit shorter on her,
It's not gonna.
which actually I don't even know if they would because it's so boxy. You can, if you
Mhm.
pull it kind of down.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's coming. So it's not that far from completion.
Mhm.
It's just that I haven't had any time to. No, I can't figure out what I did with the needle. Oh, there it is.
It's like, wasn't behind your ear.
I know it was at one point. I just haven't had the time to work on it. So there's not too much longer because this is a gift. The chances of I'm not going to be able to show it on the podcast next week if it's done because
So
it's going to have to go in the mail. So I'll have to put a picture in to show you guys.
And I'll have to come in and put it on the cute little mannequin that we've gotten.
I'll put it on my kid.
Oh, that's right. That's even cuter.
Yeah.
Even cuter. She's so cute.
I'll put it on my kid and take a picture and we'll insert it in so you guys can see, assuming I can get her to cooperate
Oh.
with the modeling gig, not her.
just hand her your phone like you did last time. That was so stinking cute.
Right?
And she took pictures of herself,
I know.
basically.
So, I will say, for as much as I have been complaining about the amount of knitting to the underarms, once you get to the underarms, the sweater is very fast, particularly at this size. So, slog through.
And it looks like there's little bands of...
Yeah, there's garter ridges
Oh, okay.
up at the top. So there's a little bit of design detail once you get up to the top.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Which probably gives a little bit more structure, too.
Yep. Yep. So, and the pattern already had me pick up and knit the collar. So literally when I finish the sleeves, I'm done.
It's done, yeah.
It just needs to be blocked.
Nice.
Or washed. Probably more accurately washed. So that's that. So that's been kind of trucking along. And hopefully we'll be finished soon
Cool.
because it needs to go in the mail.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I only have one, well, other than that thing that I'm doing that I can't really tell you. That's really been what I've been working on because I want to get it done.
Again, gift.
Gift, yeah. So that's what I've been concentrating the most on. But I have done, and I've been doing, our last class for the month of December was last week, and I was finishing up just some little prep stuff for that. But so I just cast on this morning I've got the big picture over here, so let me pull that up.
This was Callie's pick of the week last week.
This,
right?
No, a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago.
Yep. I think it's Berroco, which is this, and it is Berroco. It's a Berroco pattern, and it's knit in the Remix Light, which is the yarn that I showed you guys not too long ago. So it's in this book, the Remix Light book by Berroco, but you can also get the pattern individually through Ravelry.
Okay.
And it's really, really cute tee with, some cute details at the yoke. The color, they use a really dark gray color, and I'm using, it's called Patina is the colorway that I'm using. So it has more brown tones to it. So I thought it'd be still a really lovely neutral. So I am doing it as sort of for me and mostly for the shop. Eventually someday it'll come and live with me full time. But so I literally just cast on, and I'm on the second row.
Nice.
So this is going to get a lot of love because other than the Humulus, so I still have to knit another swatch in a needle size down because that one, my gauge was a little bit too big, so I have to go down a needle size and see if I like that fabric. I really like the fabric that I got with a bigger needle, so I might just end up
making some adjustments.
And figuring out if just knitting another size is going to come out fine for me. So I'm gonna. That's another thing that I have to get to. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
yeah.
So the other thing that I knit on a little bit, and then I had to send a message to the person who's the recipient to ask for an opinion about something, was the sheep hat. And if you've been watching the podcast for a while, you might remember the mittens that I knit with the sheep on them. So this hat is going to the person who has the mittens, and I was actually asking her if she, oops, there's my, losing stitches left and right. If she wanted me to make the hat like the mittens, so to switch over to the white. So maybe I'll try to put a picture in of the mittens.
Oh, that's
so
right, because you had more the white at the tips.
So you could see so I can remind you guys what I'm talking about. And the consensus was yes, that we want to make the hat to match the mittens. So I need to switch over to the white and do the white with the blue specks for the top part. And I'm right before where I start the decreases, so that's a good place to do that. So anyway, so I was having some back and forth with her, and I would have been done, but I keep alluding to the chaos. My house has a stomach virus, so it's been complete and utter chaos for about a week. So there's been not much knitting time and not much time to focus on pretty much anything else. So that is also going to be really quick. I'm not that far from finishing, because once you start the decreases on a hat, particularly worsted weight hat, it's just like, it's done.
Yeah, I know. You start doing them and you're like, I can't set it down.
I know.
Must finish. And
this one, because it's not actually a Christmas present, I may wait till after Christmas to send it out, or I can at least hold it till we podcast next week and send it out, because it doesn't have to arrive by Christmas. So I might actually have a finished object to show you on the podcast. But I'll put a picture in of the mittens so you guys can see what I'm talking about with the white. And I think it does make sense since they're a match set. It's not the directions the pattern calls for, but you know what? That's the great thing about color work, is you do have the ability to.
And knitting in general.
Yeah.
I mean, you want something different, then sweet. It's not hard to do.
Sort it out. Not too hard to do. So.
No.
So those are really the only two things I've been working on. I did, let's see, I keep losing that needle. No idea. Guys, where did I put it? Yeah. Does this surprise anybody? Why can I never find needles?
They should put like little
tracking devices.
Well, I wasn't even gonna be that high tech. I was gonna say, you know how like the little kids mittens have the little leashes,
strings
on them,
yes.
But you'd have to like drill through it and make them so they could be removable, so that because especially for double points, obviously, circular needles have strings, so they're I'm
gonna go with tracking device and a cell phone app. That's what I need.
It's so funny though, because if all of your needles had that at your house, you just have this big beeping blip.
Oh, I know. I still wouldn't
over your house.
Nope. They're in your house. Well, at least I would know they're in my house. They're here somewhere.
It'd be really disturbing, like if they showed up like somewhere really far away.
Some weird spot. Yeah. I was hoping to have felted further my gingerbread fabric to make some gingerbread ornaments. Have not managed to do that either, though.
Did you see Megan?
I did see Megan because she tagged us on Instagram. So one of our viewers totally took us, locals here, totally took us up on that and made some, and it was so cute. So stinking adorable. Man. Yeah. So it can be done. I just need to hand felt mine some more.
I'm thinking about doing some Valentine ones.
Those would be cool too.
Getting some red, because I've got a whole bunch of like
you could do
cookie cutters and stuff, and
with some buttons, like fun buttons in the middle.
I know. I was thinking about doing like a little bunting for the store.
White ones. Yeah. You do red and white and set in each other.
And we actually got a really new colorway in the Gina that's like reds and pinks and stuff, which would be that
Gina
felt so well.
Really well. So project.
I know. And if I do it now, then it'll be done before February.
That's the problem. I get these great ideas like about a week before the event, the whatever, and then you're like, well, it's not really enough time. So,
I know.
Yep, start now. Yeah. Well, maybe next week that could be our pick of the week. We're already moving on to the next holiday. Christmas isn't here yet. It's too late.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Oh, but we can give them an update about the Christmas sock yarn.
The Christmas sock yarn.
So we had mentioned that we were going to get the Christmas. There's 2 colorways from West Yorkshire Spinners for their holiday colors. One is called Holly, and the other one is called, I can't remember.
I don't know what they're called.
The other one
cool looking.
Was the self. Well, they're both self striping. Holly is the one that looks kind of like the Fair Isle pattern. And then the other one is
a red, white, and green.
The striping, the bigger bands of striping. And so we ordered that back in November. It shipped on November 16th, apparently. And so I contacted the company, and we didn't know it had shipped. We thought we were still waiting on them getting it in or something. So it shipped on the 16th, and so they tracked it, and it's somewhere in New Jersey.
It was delivered to an unknown location in New Jersey. So if you have our box of yarn and you're in New Jersey, can you please send it to us?
We really need it.
We really would like it.
So they, unfortunately, during that time, ran out of stock in the States. So now they would have otherwise just sent us replacements right away, but now they're not getting any in until I think tomorrow or Friday when this goes up. So probably the latest that it'll get sent out is Monday. So the earliest we'll see it is sometime midweek next week, I'm guessing.
Right.
Unless
Christmas.
they've tracked our box down already and gotten that turned back around. So that's the scoop with our yarn. Unfortunately, these things
they happen sometimes. Though we were commenting before, I was like, seriously, like if a giant box addressed to somebody else showed up, would you just open it and keep it? Like
some people would.
I
think there's still people out there. I don't.
And when you opened it and discovered it was a giant box of Christmas yarn,
what are you going to do with that much Christmas
do with all that Christmas yarn? Unless, of course, you're a knitter, but then shame on you. Send it to the store.
I don't think a knitter would do that, though.
Keep the box?
Yeah.
You know, knitters are people.
I know they are, but I don't know.
Would they come in all stripes?
Yeah.
I would hope not.
I've met like so many awesome knitters.
Oh, I know.
So
There's
it's very
I know.
rare that you would meet somebody that.
I know.
I know. It would be tempting, I'm sure.
I have
though,
a
if
very
you opened
bad profession for making me jaded about things. So,
I know.
But anyway, so apparently our box is somewhere in New Jersey, which just is hysterical to me. It fell off a truck. I don't know. They're trying to find it.
Yeah,
it's just so weird.
Trying to find it.
Our MIA box of yarn. But anyway.
Yep.
If it does show up, we'll just alert you on social media because we'll be so excited, and I'm going to be coming to buy Christmas sock yarn because that's clearly what I need. Christmas socks that will not be done for Christmas. I don't care. I'd wear
Next year?
I'd wear them year round.
Well, I know they're really cute
really care.
anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
The holly one looks more like the Victorian Christmas colors. It's
Cool.
like the deep cranberries, and I think there's a little bit of gold color and stuff in it. So that's kind of more those tones, where the other one is the bright red and bright green.
That's the one I want anyway. The very Christmas, the in-your-face Christmas. And I will be
like
wearing
1950s Christmas. Like that's kind of what I think of. You know, the really bright red and green.
Awesome. So we have a couple of events coming up, which we're really excited about.
We don't have any events coming. I'm just kidding.
Somebody's always got to be a joker on this show. It's usually me. Role reversal today.
We have one coming up very soon.
On Saturday. So the day after this podcast loads or airs.
Yeah, so if you're local or you're going to be in the area on Saturday, December 16th at 12, between 12 and 3, Christy, who is the fantastic dyer behind Fiber Stash Dye Works, is going to be here.
Yes.
And we are so excited because she's dyeing a Muscle of Yarn colorway.
We haven't even seen it.
We haven't seen it.
No.
And I am so excited. It's going to be such a big surprise, and I'm probably going to want to buy it all.
Me too.
Jen too, she was like, oh, I can't wait to see it.
I know. So Christy's been messing with all of us on social media by showing black and white photos.
I love it.
It's great.
It's awesome. It's kind of like Christmas though.
I know.
Because it's like, you know, when you get older, there don't feel like there's as many surprises.
I know.
So it totally feels like Christmas.
I know. I think it's cool that she made an exclusive colorway for us and we haven't even seen it.
I love it.
Awesome.
It is. So thank you, Christy, for bringing Christmas to us a little early.
We're so excited.
It's awesome.
Woo!
It's awesome. And you guys better get here early because
Kelly's going to buy all the things.
I just love her yarn.
I know, it's great, isn't it?
She just does such cool colorways.
She really does. So I can't wait to see what else she's got.
I know. Yeah.
So we have that going on. We also have our New Year's Eve live event at 7.
And we need that because we're going to be here at the store doing inventory the next day.
Maybe we should, that's probably about as exciting as watching paint dry. We should do some footage of doing inventory.
Should. 1, 2, 3.
Angela, stop counting out loud. You're messing me up.
Yeah, so the store is closed. Oh, well, the store's closed Christmas Day, and it's closed on New Year's Day.
Yep.
And it's closed New Year's Day, well, 1, because it's usually not terribly busy when we've been open in the past on New Year's Day, but 2, it gives us a time to do inventory, which we need to get done.
Yep, and the first start of the new year is the perfect time to do that. So
Yep.
So Kelly, Jen, and I will probably be here having a little party.
Yeah.
Or Kelly and I will be goofing off and working. We do work, but we also goof off while we work.
Yeah.
And Jen will goose off a little bit with us. A little pizza party or something.
Yeah.
Somebody will be open. Who knows? Or somebody will be
Somebody
open
will be open.
to bring us food. So New Year's Eve live event on YouTube, 7 p.m. From Kelly's basement. That sounds so. Kelly's craft room. And we're putting together classes. I'm doing anything. Kelly's putting together classes for January, February, and March. We've got a couple knit-alongs that we're working on putting some stuff together for, and we may announce those at the live event or as we get the details more situated.
Yep. But we'll let you know
let you
about
know.
the super secret thing we've been keeping secret from you for quite some time.
And been dropping the ridiculous hints about the super secret thing that's coming.
We can't keep secrets.
I know. We've done pretty good, though.
We have.
We saw some of the stuff. We're starting to get some of the stuff for the super secret thing. It's very exciting.
We are. It's really exciting. We're working with some really great people, so we hope that when we let you know what we're up to,
you're
that
as
you'll be
excited
as
as we
about
are.
it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
We're pretty excited.
Yeah.
So there's that stuff. That super secret stuff that we can't tell you about.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. Anyway. But we do have two sock-alongs. We do have two knit-alongs going right now. The sock-along, which every day I go out there and look, and there's
more
socks.
And more. I know. It's awesome. You guys are really
killing it.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. We're gonna have to go big with the prizes.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to do a lot of prizes because it's pretty awesome.
Yep.
I did do some stash turning and brought in some more prizes out.
I saw there were some. Yeah.
You're like, where'd this stuff come from?
No, I knew exactly because it was that after you had told me you had been going through your stash, and I was like, oh, this is all Angela. It's got her name written all over it.
It is. It was. Yep. I think there was some cashmere in there too.
Ooh.
I know. Yeah. So we've got that, and there's the big bulky sweater along, which was the slouchy pullover.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I still have to open a thread for that. So
yep.
Don't worry, I will do that. I'll probably do that today. Actually, I have a few minutes to do that.
That'll be good.
So I'll sit down.
I am still planning to film the tutorial for the mattress stitch for doing the side seaming. Just got a little derailed this last weekend, and hopefully won't get derailed further this weekend.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to get that done and up for you guys. So if you're waiting for that tutorial to get that part of your sweater finished, I don't want to be holding you up. So I hope to get that done. And in an act of desperation, I might do it at my office tomorrow if the light's good and I have a couple of minutes, or I might just make a couple of minutes to just get it done.
As long as Cindy doesn't heckle you.
She won't. I'll just shut my door. When I shut my door, they leave me alone.
That's nice.
Yeah.
We don't have any doors here unless I go in the
bathroom. That's the nice thing about having an actual office with an actual door that has an actual curtain on it. You can actually close everything and they can't see me at all.
Oh.
I know, it's fancy. Super fancy.
Well, for your profession, you kind of have to have a door you can close.
Yep, I would think so. The curtain was extra. I put the curtain on.
Sweet.
La 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 la. Because I have a glass door with glass panels on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't need to be giving you the long lowdown of what happens at my office. So we're gonna pull prizes for both of those knit-alongs at the New Year's Eve live podcast. So we'll have to have our act together for prizes and who's its and what's its for both of those. So we'll do it. We manage. Sometimes I wonder how, but we always manage. We get it done.
We do.
We do.
Get it done.
We're good like that. We also are marching towards our 2,000 subscriber on YouTube. 2,000 subscribers.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. And once we hit 2,000 subscribers, we'll be doing a big giveaway called the Taste of Vermont. So we've got some Wing and a Prayer farm yarn. We're going to put some other locally sourced and created items in there. We're going to make a big prize or a couple of sweet prizes, smaller sweet prizes for somebody. So thank you for continuing to subscribe, and we
really have met some awesome people through this
amazing
podcast. It's just been so fun. You guys are just the best, and we really appreciate you. And so we want to send a little love to a couple people that get a chance at winning. So
absolutely,
once we hit that 2,000 mark, we're going to put together some really nice things for you guys.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for subscribing, and it's for the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
When we hit 2,000 on that.
Yep. So I fell down the rabbit hole on a couple of things. It's ridiculous.
It's so bad because when you're looking just for the right thing for somebody, you find like all this other stuff, because I was out on Etsy looking for one more gift, which I got last week. And when I was out there, I'm like, oh, Etsy, because they give you like your recommendations, shops you might like, and like
because you shopped here, you might like this shop.
I know.
Lord.
They know how to do this stuff, and yeah.
So I fell down the rabbit hole. It's actually not yarn. I did get some yarn from the Legacy Fiber Christmas update, but that's still living at my office, and I'm just pretending that I didn't actually do that. So I was enjoying my Progress Keepers from Suker that Kelly picked up for me from Indie Untangled. I was enjoying them so much that I went back out to her store. She does have an Etsy store, though I think she's starting to move away from the Etsy store, and she has an actual website. So you can find her at sukerminiatures.com, or also Suker Miniatures on Etsy, but not as much of her collections up on Etsy. So I got a few more Progress Keepers, and let's see if I can do this because I haven't taken them out of the plastic yet. So that would be a donut on the end with some sprinkles. Some sparkly sprinkles. The one in the middle, which was the one that first brought me to the page, and then of course, I kind of fell down the rabbit hole. So this, you guys, this is it's a donut. It's a maple glazed with bacon donut.
That's hilarious.
It's totally ridiculous.
And if you know Angela, it totally makes sense.
Having had something similar to, like, actually ingested something like this, these are delicious.
Not the miniature, not the clay miniature.
No,
the actual
donut with maple glaze and bacon is amazing. Bacon on things such as ice cream is also amazing.
It's that, like, sweet and salty.
It's a sweet and salty thing. One year, my mom's watching this. She's just gonna shake her head. One year, I made you can weave bacon strips, and so I weave bacon strips together and bake them in the oven. Yeah. And so I had like a top and bottom, multiple tops and bottoms.
They get hold their shape.
And then I took a pint of vanilla ice cream and cut rounds and made ice cream sandwiches with bacon.
Oh my god!
It was a little bit too much bacon, I think it's fair to say, but they were delicious. So bacon on ice cream, crispy bacon on ice cream is delicious. Vanilla ice cream generally. So anyway, so I got this little donut that's like a strawberry donut with sprinkles, and then
it's cute.
The hot cocoa, mug of hot cocoa, because why not? When you're there. And
I drink so much hot chocolate this time of year. It's so bad.
When the shipping doesn't change, when you add more things in, you're like, why not? As you're doing like the price per item. Like, it's actually cheaper if I buy more. Okay. Sometimes my rationalization is interesting, but hey, whatever works.
Yeah, I know.
So that's one fall down, and then the other fall down, I'm gonna blame Sue from Legacy Fiber Arts. It's your fault, Sue. So she found this store that's on Etsy, that makes handmade pom-poms. It's called Gypsy Dreamer. There's their card. And they do these awesome fake fur pom-poms for like hats. And I thought, well, this is the 6-inch size. So she has like a 6-inch size and a 7-inch size. They're really reasonable. It's like $6.
Wow.
Yeah. She has, different colors. So I got like 3 because why not? Because I make tons of hats. There's a black one. Super cool. And I got, I love the white one. It's like a furry,
super fluffy.
It's like a super fluffy, like, Muppet.
It looks like your cat's tail or something.
Oh my god, it totally does.
Doesn't it?
It does. I have a cat this color, and I have a cat that's this color. These could be my cats. I would so tie that on my cat's tail. I'm a horrible person.
It's a cat tail extension. Or you can put it on like a little toupee.
I would tie this to my cat's head, and they'd be like, "What the?"
It could totally be a little kitty toupee.
I know, right? Because my cat clearly needs a toupee. So anyway, Gypsy Dreamer Crochet. I'm totally impressed. They've got the great little ties. So probably what I would do if I was putting this in a hat is thread it through and then tie it in like a bow.
And you can take it off.
And then clip it, but not clip it down so short. So then you could undo it, like if you want to wash the hat, and then just rethread it through, which is probably what I would do. Because these probably, you don't want to wash these.
Yeah.
So anyway, so those are my two, like, and you know, that package showed up, and of course my older child is like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Nothing." I threw it in my knitting bag. I was like, "It's not for you."
Oh, he's so grabby with the knits and
he is. Well, but he's to the point now where, like, if yarn shows up, he just squeezes the package and he's like, "Oh, it's just yarn. It's not for me."
See, but those were squishy, so maybe he should have realized.
They weren't shaped like yarn hanks.
Oh.
Like, he knows what the yarn hank feels like. Not that
They're
much
little
yarn,
balls of yarn.
not that much yarn shows up at my house.
No, never.
I've started shipping everything to my office.
Yeah.
So bad. I think that's all I got.
Well, I have finished knitting, and I have now switched to bigger needles because I've done the collar.
Good job.
So I can't go anymore anyway.
Nice.
Did we talk about everything we wanted to?
We've hit on everything that's on the show notes.
So before we sign off, I'm going to say a quick hello to my friend Kate, who stopped by yesterday, and she watches the podcast.
Hi.
So her and her husband came in, and I went to high school with Kate, so I've known Kate for quite a long time.
Awesome.
And it was awesome to reconnect with her. We have been a little bit through messaging and stuff, and she lives not too far from here, a little ways.
Nice.
But it was really, really nice to catch up with her, so I'm hoping that we can see she can come and hang out and knit, and we can catch up some more.
Nice.
So thank you guys for stopping. It was really awesome to see you guys. So
Hello for me. I don't know who you are, but hello.
you would get along with her so well.
Oh, good.
She's awesome. Yeah.
A friend of Kelly's is a friend of mine.
There you go. Yeah, no, she's a lot of fun. You guys would totally get along. I know. So
Sweet.
anyway, we want to thank everybody for spending some time with us. We hope you enjoyed the podcast.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a shorter episode today, but
It's because, well, we don't have as many finished objects or other things to
I
talk
know.
about.
And it's such a busy time of year that, like, I have very little time for extra knitting because I'm trying to finish up,
Yeah.
you know, wrapping presents, and I've got to do some baking because I want to do some cookies and stuff for gifts
I'm
too.
impressed that you're actually I have no presents to even wrap because I haven't even gotten to that point in my house yet. So, yeah.
Yeah. I like to just kind of get it all done because I never know what's going to come up. So when I
Yeah.
have a few minutes here or there, I've been doing some sewing too because I am doing a couple gifts
Nice.
that I'm sewing.
Yep.
So that it cuts into the knitting time, but
Yeah.
it's fine. And I don't mind. I just don't have as much to share with you guys.
I always have grand plans. I'm going to make this, I'm going to make that, I'm going to do this for a gift and that for a gift. And I don't have enough time to do any of it. Or I'm like, nah, I'd rather knit. So,
Yeah.
what are you going to do?
Knit.
Knit. Craft on.
That's right.
Whatever your craft is.
So
craft
we
on.
hope you guys have a very crafty, fun weekend. I'm hoping to get my Christmas tree. I still haven't gotten it yet because we've had such busy weekends. My husband and we haven't had a chance to. But I
did
think
get ours up this
did
last
you?
weekend.
I
Yeah.
think we're gonna try, fingers crossed, on Sunday to get our Christmas tree.
Yep.
But we'll go from there. And
Nice.
hopefully I can get it decorated then.
I know, right?
So anyway, thank
Thanks
you
for-
again. I know I've said that like 5 times.
Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us for a little bit.
Yeah.
And we will see you next week.
Next week,
Next
because
week.
I don't have jury duty anymore, and I didn't get picked for the trial, but my husband did, and if I did, I wouldn't be here next week. But
So, hoorah.
so I'm done for at least 2 years. So they call me up again.
Excellent. So we'll be here next week because I am pretty sure my schedule allows it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll bring you that one last episode before the Christmas holiday. And
and happy Hanukkah to anybody
Hanukkah.
who celebrates
Yep.
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah started.
Don't want to exclude
Hanukkah started Wednesday?
last
Tuesday or Wednesday?
night? Tuesday night. I think Tuesday night. I think.
So happy Hanukkah.
So, yeah, happy Hanukkah. to
Happy
everybody.
Festivus.
Festivus.
For the rest of us. And
Feats of strength.
airing of the grievances.
It's so funny because
Kelly and I just outed ourselves with our age group.
yeah, but it's so funny, and that's the funny thing. Like sometimes, even talking to someone who is kind of our age group or
If they
older,
didn't watch Seinfeld,
if they so there's like sometimes I make Seinfeld references. I made one this morning, and it's so funny because you never know now if people are going to get it or not.
You can tell the Seinfeld people because they'll laugh.
Yeah,
Or they'll make a face, or they'll make a return Seinfeld quote comment to you. Other people just look at you like maybe you're a little weird.
yeah, exactly.
Which
Yeah.
is fine. I'm used to it.
Serenity now.
Exactly.
That's one of my favorites.
Yes. Mine too.
Hoochie mama.
Who told you to put the bomb on? So funny story.
See, we can keep
I
going.
know,
We're going
we
to push
totally
this
can.
sucker
We
to an
totally
hour.
can. Funny story. My husband and I were flying, and we had William. And William wasn't very old. He was I think he was less than a year. And we're at the airport just hanging out, and we have William out on this blanket, and we're just, he and I are kind of bantering back and forth, goofing around, and we started doing Seinfeld quotes. And then one of us said that, and we kind of looked at each other, and we were like, probably shouldn't be saying that in the airport, right? Because bomb and bomb sound
They're
a lot
spelled differently,
alike.
but yeah.
Yeah, and so anyway, do not recommend quoting that series of Seinfeld quotes at the airport.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But it's just, one of those things like you don't even think about
No,
it
I
until
know.
it like pops out of your mouth and
And
you're
you're
like,
like, ooh.
ooh,
Yeah.
maybe that's not a good idea.
Yeah. I don't think I
Who
ever
told you to
would-
put the bomb on?
Yeah, because you're not thinking about it in
Yeah.
those contexts. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Wow.
So be mindful where you Seinfeld quote.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
anyway.
Our tip of the day.
Tip of the day. Be careful where you Seinfeld quote. All right, so we should probably sign off before
probably
this
should.
just
Because we might get into trouble.
Continues down. Spiral.
Yes.
Sucking sound is the spiraling
Mhm.
water down the drain. All right.
Thank you guys so much, and have a great weekend, and we will see you next week. Bye.
You can just give a go when we're ready. People seem to like the outtakes.
Or
Which is good.
intakes.
Or intakes or whatever. Who's it, what's it. I might actually upload this episode this afternoon.
And then just schedule
Given-
it.
I may schedule it just because
The issues.
God knows what's happening at my house.
Yeah, I knew you the last time. You're like, this is not cool.
Yeah, so, and I'm not sure, I don't know that good notifications go out. I don't know that a notification went out last week because I didn't get one. I usually get an email that says your podcast is uploaded, and I didn't get that. So I don't know. I haven't had a chance to go out and look to see what we are for views to see if it's been down.
I can like.
I also haven't put it on iTunes because I haven't been at my office to do it. Like, it's been a long couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm. I've gained a few subscribers, so let's see, we need to go to channel. No, we're doing pretty good.
Okay. Alright, that's weird. Who knows? And I still need to do that other tutorial, which I was going to do this last weekend, but opted to
Why
not.
didn't you?
I know, right? You are ridiculous. So, anyway. Well, are we ready?
We're ready.
You want to get your... Is that your swatch, or are you actually
This,
casting on?
I'm casting on.
Whoa. Good
Swatch
job.
came out perfect.
Good job.
I know.
I need to get this sweater done. It was hopefully going to be done, but nope. No such luck.
It's really cute.
Thank you. I like it. It should work well for the person who it's going to. I don't think they watch the podcast.
Probably not.
You never know.
You never do know.
You never know. But we'll see if I can do my 4.5 inches of arm here, and then I literally can't remember if I have US 2.5 double points, so I might be buying a set just because I cannot be bothered to go look for mine. I'm sure I have them, but I see your needles came in, so I'm sure we have them. I'm sure we have them.
That we do.
Woo.
Just have to look and see what I have to do.
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah, we can go.
Get this show on the road.
I can just start counting while you can be talking because I have nothing to talk about.
I don't have a whole lot either, so that's why I brought other things to show and tell.
I probably should have done that.
Wah, 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 wah.
I did get a new sewing pattern, but I didn't bring
Cool. We can talk about it next week.
it. Yeah.
All right. We ready?
Ready.